Good evening, everyone. It is such an honor to have you all here. My name is Kimberly Sanders, and I have my delightful co-host, Miss Bethaney Bosworth, on my side, wing to wing as we are here. I'm really honored tonight to have her share with you, first of all, her story, but also knowing that we have her being an RN and a BSN, and she is a nutrition and health and wellness coach. She's also a Reiki master, one of the highest trained ones out there, and we're just so excited to have her. She runs a beautiful center here in Denver, Colorado, helping people with colon hydrotherapy. I know she just helped one of our friends in the community that has been having some really challenging experiences. And I just saw this woman the other night and she's like, I'm doing so much better after seeing Bethaney at her center. So I'm really honored to get to have her wisdom tonight and her explanation of the ultimate lifestyle transformation. And we'll be recording this part, and then afterwards, if you'd like to have any questions answered, we'll move to questions. But I've been with this company now. It's definitely more than 6 years. I've been building the team over 6 years of these incredible wellness warriors and earth guardians, people that have really come through their own personal journey of wellness, and they have solutions. We have solutions right at our fingertips. We have a woman on the line right now, Miss Megan Colito. She is up in New York, and she has her own wellness studio, and she's an herbalist, and she's helping just hundreds and hundreds of people every single month, being able to really help them take their health back. And again, Bethaney has her center. You can even see the superfoods behind her. And so we are just so honored to get to work hand in hand with a company that is manufacturing our own nutrition. We actually are the manufacturers. So that is a big deal. Like, we really know from farm to the facilities exactly what's going on with our food. So, we're also a company that white labels for other companies that are some of the only ones out there that have this good food as well. So we come here to walk you through your ultimate lifestyle transformation and really expose stories. And we have a really special guest on the line tonight, who I have just been so grateful to connect with really almost on the daily these days. And just it's just an honor to get to really know people out there in Facebook world or on the internet, and just you have an instant knowing that you have something about each other, and there's just this soul connection. And when for me, I find people that truly know what's going on with the soil health, with the different poisons that are being sprayed on the foods, and really the way to truly take our sovereignty back, which would be having our own nutrition from our own, either the backyard or a beyond organic regenerative farming type of practice, which is what Purium, which is a made-up word. We like to say, the owner of our company always says Purium is a made-up word of pure and premium. And so we not only get to have the most pure and premium food, we also have different formulas that go in and start regrowing the gut microvilli. And we have the glyphosate, which is Roundup. Many of you know that this product is being sprayed on our food, and it's all over the parks, it's in the sidewalks and all of it, but it is definitely something that has made a lot of people extremely unwell these days. And I get to watch people truly just take their sovereignty back. Hi, Tina, I'm so happy you're here. And I get to watch mamas feel better. I get to watch families truly take their health back into their own hands. And that is one of the greatest gifts, especially in a time where we see so much suffering because of food-related illnesses. And so we can definitely take back our sovereignty and really have this beautiful gift given to ourselves and our families. And I know that all of the faces on here, Lauren, welcome. So happy to have you. There's definitely a lot more people on the line. I just can't see everyone's faces. And it's just so incredible to watch people feel the best they've ever felt in their lives and then want to share it with others. And that is exactly why we're here tonight. And so I'd love to bring Neliza on. We like to have some stories shared about this incredible food. It's not just a supplement. It's not just your regular like powder shake type of food. It is live dehydrated, regeneratively grown. We've been growing this food in an ancient lake bed, thousands and thousands of years old. Been working with those particular farmers now for 30 years, and they have been cultivating this land. There's nothing around it. We are in the middle of nowhere. I say like it's like in Colorado where Denver is compared to Aspen. And so if you think of the time frame of Denver to Aspen, it's over 3 hours. And that is like the idea of where our lake bed is, the middle of nowhere, and it's getting watered. These plants are getting watered by volcanic ash spring water, and there isn't a Monsanto field right next to it. And I personally love and honored to get to buy organic food at natural grocers, but I truly have no idea what their standards are. And Mexico's organic is really precious, and I'm sure they're doing their best, but I don't know what the difference is between organic Mexico and like regular non-organic food grown in Mexico. So I'm just grateful because 98% of the food that I choose to eat is from Purium, and I feel amazing all the time, and I get to watch other people have the same outcome. And it's been a journey for me. I've had a lot of different health and gut related issues as I was a child born with total, like just really bad allergies for my whole life. And so to be able to find a company that has this pure of nutrition is just such a gift truly to all of us. So and that being said, I have Neliza on the line, and I just saw her out in the world, and I knew that this type of nutrition would resonate with her. You can just, the ones that know, we just know. So please come on and share your story. And I know that hopefully your mom is on, and we can just have this recording for all the friends that you wish to share it with as well.
Hi, thanks for having me, and thanks for allowing me to share my story. I was introduced to Purium because I needed more energy, focus, and concentration. Been writing a book, and lately I've been experiencing this tiredness and exhaustion, and I couldn't understand why. And I'm 43 years old, so I'm thinking maybe my hormones are out of whack, and I'm not quite sure exactly what's happening. We eat extremely organic food, wholesome. We're very mindful of what we put in our bodies, but somehow I was still feeling very, very lethargic. And by noon, I could start feeling my energy depleting. I homeschool my kids. I have 2 toddlers. So by noon, that's not really good for them to have a mom who can't keep up. And by 2 o'clock, I am so unmotivated. I'm sitting at home, just wanting to sit on the couch, and my kids want to dance and play, and I'm just not feeling myself. And I knew this wasn't normal. I'm young. I'm not that old. So I shouldn't be feeling these things. So Kimberly introduced me to Purium, and I'm actually really grateful that it came the time that it did, because I thought that I was doing it just, to get my energy level up and get more focus and my concentration to help with writing my books. But unfortunately, my husband got in a motorcycle accident, and life just got crazier for us. And we were going in and out of the hospital and getting up super early, not sleeping because, he was in a hospital and dragging our kids. And I was thankful that I had my dad and my mother-in-law who flew from Washington to take care of our kids. So I had to accompany my husband, who had a severe concussion and wasn't really making any sense. So I had to advocate for him going to these doctor's appointments. And with my depleting energy, I was worried and I didn't know how I was going to take this on. And cognitively and communicating with the doctors, I was terrified. And honestly, there was a time when I was like, I might have to just record this so I remember everything that the doctors are telling him, because he can't. And I'm, tired and exhausted. And thankfully, I had Purium, and I started it with the power shakes and added the dark berry and the cocoa hydration. And honestly, it tasted like berry candy, like you're sucking on berry candy. It was delicious. And, halfway through it, it tasted this nutty flavor, which I absolutely love. Um, and I love mushroom drinks, so I also had that during the morning time. And for added energy, I had the B energy. And let me tell you, I did not eat anything from 5 in the morning, driving an hour and a half to his doctor's appointments, to all his treatments. And we would not be home till like 6 at night. So
6, 7, yeah.
yeah, 12-hour days. I'm going on no food. And all I had was that power shake with me. And halfway through, I remember the first day I got hungry halfway through the shake, and I was like, man, I'm really hungry. I'm gonna go eat. But then I decided to complete it and finish it. And by the time, I had already forgotten to hunger, and I still felt like superwoman. I was on top of everything. I felt like I did when I was younger, when I was in my 20s. I mean, cognitively, my communication was on point. I mean, I felt so incredibly on top of everything. And I felt it within a couple of days of, taking on this superfood. So I have always been in health and wellness, and I've tried everything, and they're great, but I've never experienced something like this where I felt it instantly. And I knew that this was going to be my food forever. And now I've gotten my mom onto it. She's got rheumatoid arthritis. She's been dealing with a lot of emotional issues with grieving, because we lost my little brother last year. And so now she's on it, and she's just started yesterday. And I'm trying to get my entire family into it. So yeah, that's my story. And thank you for listening. And this food is absolutely amazing. I'm really telling everybody already about it.
Amazing. This is what we definitely know. It's like the story after story after story is what usually happens when people stick with it. Some people like yourself who have already been living a really clean lifestyle can feel it instantaneously. Some people are going to really go through some detox symptoms, because just depending on how clean your eating has been in the first place. And so a friend like yourself that has been on this mission already, that has been in the know about things, normally you are just instantaneously affected exactly the way that you're sharing. So I am so grateful that we were brought together and that we got to find each other out here in the world, because Neliza and her family, they live in Florida. And so I would have never been able to meet her just at the, on a hike, or like, at the yoga studio or whatever, like where I love to find people that really love this. And so I just feel so thankful that you said yes. It's like when you're out here in the world, for myself, I reach out to a lot of people, and it's always with this intention, the intention of knowing that this type of nutrition can change your life so exponentially, that the people that feel called and they say yes, I have full trust that it'll be more than anything I could ever even promise. So we under promise and over deliver, because it's just the best ever. So thank you again for sharing. And I know there's some questions that you guys might have after, but I wanted to turn it over now to Miss Bethaney Bosworth, our RN of the community and our healer and our soul tribe goddess. It's absolutely amazing to have someone like her in my life and on our team. Just so much wisdom through the years, and she brings it here. So I'd love for you to share, and then let me know when you're ready for the screen to share, and I'll open that up. But if you'd like to share about your just a little bit about yourself as well and what has been going on for you. And you are muted, by the way.
Well, thank you so much. Thank you so much, Kimberly. It is so much fun to get together with all these beautiful people and hang out and just be in this resonance of love. And everyone that feels these foods in their bodies are activated. They get activated. And so what a joy it was for me to have discovered these foods for myself. I tried them out on myself. I was working long hours here at the center and not feeding myself very well, just barely, scrounging by, ordering in food a lot and losing muscle mass through COVID and less working out and all of it. And so I feel like when Kimberly Sanders comes into your life, you've won the lottery because you have so much support now has just entered into your life. And she is so exuberant and she's been living this lifestyle for so long that she just leads the way with her example. And so it is like hitting the jackpot when she reaches out to you. And we trust the people that are ready for these foods. They there's a reason why you've connected. And so that's what you get to plug into. And you get to meet all of these beautiful people that just are so in love with themselves that they overflow love onto other people. And then it's like you found your tribe. You've been calling for your tribe. This is such a beautiful place to be surrounded by this energy. So and here's the thing, the impact of these foods are so great that it is a case of, you know, to whom much is given, much is required. And so when you know that you have something that can help people on this level and help them to transcend so much suffering in their lives, and then they're so supported in their bodies and their energy comes in, and then their brain is able to function at a level that only a ton of nutrients can really support you in. And so it makes sense, right? Like you're sleeping all night and your brain has been resting, and then you wake up and then suddenly you're on task and you have to be thinking about all these things and what do I got to get done and all of this. So if you're not eating really high nutrient dense foods, and if you have toxins in your body that's clouding the electrical signals of your nerve fibers, it makes sense that you're going to crash in the afternoon. And so this is where Purium just fills the gap in so many ways. And whether your goal is to lose weight, you can use these foods as a meal replacement and take the brain damage out of planning 2 meals a day. And you can absolutely achieve those weight loss goals, but really you're just going to feel much better in your body. And then because this is a lifestyle, it is not a weight loss system, this is a lifestyle, you can just add this into what you're already doing, because so many people are already doing such a wonderful job at trying, eating organically and eating cleanly, but truly you're just not eating enough. And that's the problem. We need to be eating way more nutrition, more antioxidants to really have a chance at setting your body up for the best health possible down the road, to really truly alkalize it, to counteract the uric acid that your body makes every time you consume meat and carbs. Your body's making uric acid. And so this system, these foods, and your beautiful coach, the one that is sharing these foods with you, really wants you to know that this is stepping into self-love, and we're here to support you all the way. So we're going to tell you a little bit about the products now, and we're going to get you more familiar. And each time you look at these products and you learn a little bit more, and then you'll remember why it's worth the investment into yourself. So up front, we have the Power Shake. This is like the salad. It is like actually, well, maybe 5 to 7 microgreen salads, depending on how big you make your salad. They basically take all of these sprouted grasses in their most nutrient dense stage of the development of these grains. And then they add in spirulina and, oh, I mean, we're talking about tons and tons of energy, and it's 95% active. As soon as the water hits it, it is like fresh picked, and you're not losing um, anything. And then you get to also have the Biomedic. The Biomedic is the only clinically proven product on the market right now that has been proven to remove glyphosate, which is the Roundup weed killer. And that is found in varying amounts of, I've read anywhere from 80 to 95% of Americans have some trace amounts of the glyphosate in their bodies, whether it's their blood, the breast milk, or their urine. And so what this glyphosate does is it destroys good bacteria. It's an antibiotic, and it will destroy that gut lining, like Kimberly was saying. And so that leads to many other issues when your gut lining becomes destroyed, and then you can't process gluten, and then you might have leaky gut where toxins are now being delivered to the various tissues in your body, and then your immune system turns on those tissues, and now we have autoimmune. So these are the possible things that can happen from an accumulation over the years of these chemicals, the pesticides, the herbicides. So if you've gradually developed gluten intolerance over your lifetime, it's not a true celiac diagnosis, then it could be very likely be the glyphosate in the food over time has now compromised your body's those microvilli. So that is also certified by the Detox Project that it does what it does. So it's gotten the gold seal. So that is a very important product. We also have the Super Amino 23s. This was developed for hospital use to prevent muscle loss in bedridden patients. And it has all the amino acids, the essential ones for you to make all the proteins your body needs. And it's 99.9% bioavailable. So every one of these 1 gram, every gram of protein is fully absorbed by your body into the muscle tissue and the skin and the connective tissue in 23 minutes. And your body doesn't have to get any digestive juices going. It doesn't have to move anything from here to the other end, which is average 35 feet of intestines. So we can think about all the energy that it's taking 5 feet of colon, 3 muscles layers deep. That's a lot of energy that those contractions take, moving all that food down and absorbing it. So it makes sense that if you really want to just be the most efficient eater, you're going to flood your body with vegan protein like this, because this is how we can really support all of our body's functions, including our brain function. And then we also have our beautiful apothecary. This is the melatonin support. It's not supplementing with melatonin, which can actually inhibit our own body's natural production. It's actually stimulating your body to create the melatonin, and that is an antioxidant, and it is also very supportive in reducing the amount of free radical damage, the oxidative stress. So when you do 2 tablespoons of this within your water, and it's so delicious, and you can do it with water, you can do it with a little seltzer, or be creative with it. And then it is going to also, it's going to be like eating 5 cups of blueberries before you go to bed in terms of how much of the antioxidant power we got. So that's a good thing. And then we're also reducing the uric acid that your body wants to make when it's metabolizing the meats and the carbs. And so this is a way to really alkalize your body, because when your body gets into an acidic state, it's going to start leaching calcium from your bones to neutralize, to buffer that acidic state. So that's why so many people in their elderly years end up with osteoporosis, because they've been so acidic through their life. So their body has just, we have to keep that pH in a very narrow range, and the body will do what it's got to do. And that includes taking from the bones. So the fifth piece, and we do these 4 components. It's very easy. For the first 10 days, you are just doing these 4 components. You're doing 2 shakes a day. You get up in the morning, you do your water, you do your first round of aminos, and you take your first Biometic. And then maybe an hour or 2 later, when it fits your schedule, because you get to figure out how it fits into your life. This is your lifestyle you're creating around these foods, and you experiment with them until it feels really good and natural. And then so you take your first shake, and then you repeat that in the afternoon or the evening for one of the other meals. And then before you go to bed, you do your apothecary. Now, on day 11, if you're doing well and you haven't been detoxing, haven't had any major detoxing symptoms, because we can always push this back to day 21, perhaps, we start with the Super Cleanse R. And this is a beautiful combination of ancient herbs that we know kill parasites. And it's a really gentle cleanse. So it's not going to be like explosive, and it's not quite as intense as some of the other ones, but very effective. And all you're going to do is start with 2 capsules in the morning and 2 capsules in the PM for 10 days straight. And I do recommend that you take it very strictly, as you would a course of antibiotics, because we want to just keep pounding those parasites. And whether you have parasites or not, this is actually really going to be a lovely bowel cleanse for you, and it's going to help you release any of the candida. Some of the candida can go with it as well. And so I recommend, as a colon hydrotherapist, I recommend doing a parasite cleanse at least once a year, if not twice a year. It's really a good idea. We have exposures. And so if you come in contact with pets, if you come in contact with sushi or really gardening or other people that do any of those things, you exchange any type of close contact with, we have that possibility. But we have solution. It's really not that big a deal. And just like a tick or a flea, we remove them, but we do it from the inside. So this is the system, and it is easy, and it is fun, and it is actually delicious. And so I just welcome you into this lifestyle, and blessings from all of us. And please reach out to the person that shared this with you and ask the questions that you need to ask. And then I'll turn it back over to Kimberly.
Thank you. That was absolutely lovely, Miss Bethaney. Thank you so much for your knowledge and guidance. And it's just been such a treasure. Like, she has been on this journey with me now for almost 2 years. And this is to have her so eloquently share is just such an honor, to know that this is what she's living. Her lifestyle is, she's able to live this. So we bring you on these calls, and then someday you're going to be sharing the beautiful blessings as well. So I'll stop the recording now, and we'll do a little drawing, and we'll have some questions and some answers if you wish. Thank you for watching, and whoever's watching the replay, know that you were gifted this with full intention. So please get back to the person that shared it with you, and they'll be happy to help you. Thanks.